This is a hybrid event series to tingle your entrepreneurial skills. Today is episode 3 of 5, where we'll be tingling your sense of touch. The Senses is brought to you by Metropolia Entrepreneurship Society, which is a community which greets every idea and innovation with enthusiasm. My name is Ben Gran, and I'm the community developer at Metropolia ES. In today's session, we have Laura Ihatsu, who will be talking about the power of inner work and how we can transform our lives by first transforming ourselves. Laura is an entrepreneur, well-being coach, yoga teacher, and a working and learning styles specialist. Her mission is to help people to connect with their true power and create life and success that is deeply fulfilling. For those of you who are tuning in live online, if you have any questions, please write it onto the chat box and I will be voicing your questions. And for those who are joining us here today, just raise your hand and ask the question. So please give a warm welcome to Laura.
Thank you. Hello, hello. Nice to be here. How are you guys doing? It's been a big year of changes in a collective field and also individually. So it's a year of change, and it is also a really good time to kind of re-evaluate your life, to look within and feel what is true to you. So today I'm going to talk about self-development, or more than that, I like to call it inner, like a self-discovery and personal development. And it's afternoon, so we might have a lot of things going on in our heads right now. So afternoon, our head is normally quite busy. So I want us to start with a few deep breaths, because through breath work, we can really calm our mind and our nervous system down so we can absorb new information more effectively. So let's do the following exercise. So find a comfortable position wherever you are, and let's start by inhaling through our nose and hold the breath for 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Good, let's do again. Inhale. Hold the breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. One more time, inhale. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Release. Good. Okay, so we can start. Okay, so welcome again. My name is Laura, and I'm an entrepreneur and learning working style specialist. And as you can probably guess, I'm also a yoga meditation teacher. So my own self-development journey started about 7 years ago. So there's normally some kind of discontentment towards your own life that kind of sparks the motivation for you to start working on yourself. So for me, it was extreme anxiety and also insomnia. So there was a time when I couldn't sleep. And at that time, I was always busy chasing happiness outside. I was just working, selling. And I was spending all that money because I didn't feel fulfilled. And at some point, I was like, I don't want to live my life like this. I really felt this potential within me that was not being used. So I packed my stuff and I moved to Australia. And I thought everything is going to change once I land into Australia. But of course, it didn't really go like that. So first, you have to really face all sides of you. And something took me to a yoga studio. So I had heard that yoga really helps with anxiety and insomnia. So I bought this 1-month card. I was in Gold Coast and I found this beautiful studio. And yoga helped me so much that I ended up doing 32 classes in 1 month. And what it did, it really it helped me to calm down. It helped me to calm my nervous system down so I could really go within and hear my inner voice again. Like, who am I? What do I want? What does my body need? And I kept practicing, and I slowly started to connect with myself again. I moved back to Finland after 2 years, and at some point I was like, I really wanna learn more. Like, what is behind this beautiful practice? So I decided to go back to Australia, where I studied health and fitness. And while I was living in Melbourne, I was also traveling to Asia a lot. And in Asia, I was learning about meditation, breath work, yoga, and I met all these gurus and teachers. They looked so content, and they were just shining this beautiful contentment and happiness. And I started to think, like, what is in the core of all of these teachings? And I came up with 2 things. Do you want to know what they are? Okay. So, know your nature and live according to that. And also, success is an inside job. So what all of those teachers were really saying is that your life, everything that happens around you, is an extension of what's going on inside of you, what's going on within. So in entrepreneurial language, it means that your business is an extension of you. Your success is an extension of you. So more than anything, we should really pay attention to this and how our mind works, how we use our mind. And this is what we are going to talk about today. So I'm going to talk about how to use your mind to attract more success. Okay. So the first one, the power of intention. Have you guys heard about intention? Yeah. So intention, it's slightly different than goals. As an entrepreneurs, we've got used to work with goals a lot. Like, what's your goal in 5 years and so on. But intention, it's like the goal in present moment. It's the quality of your action in the present moment. So why do I have these weird pictures here? So if you've ever had like or bought a car, you're like, okay, I wanna buy Volkswagen. And then you come out of your door and you suddenly see Volkswagens everywhere. So where did they come from? And the same thing is like if you have this more feminine style of buying a car, you're like, I want to buy a pink car. And then you see pink cars everywhere. So this is the power of intention. And I think this is a really, really good quote, or it's a quote, but anyway, energy flows where intention goes. So wherever you put your intention, you will attract. Okay. So there's science behind this, and this is really interesting. So intention is kind of a filter that you set into your mind. And this is why like intention setting is really good practice in the mornings, because then you set the tone for your whole day. So neuroscientist Martin Zimmerman did a research about this, and he measured that our senses, they take in 11 billion bits of data every single second. So that's a lot of information. And there's actually more studies about that, and it's been shown that it's even more. But nobody, of course, knows the exact number because it really depends on the person. Like, how are your senses? Do you have really strong senses? But anyway, it's a lot. So our conscious brain is not able to process all these information. So it needs to sort it. And what goes into your conscious brain is through this intention. And this is really important to know, because if you never prime your brain or set an intention, then you will only notice, or most of the things you will bring into your conscious mind is negative. Because human mechanism, or like we humans, we've made to survive. So what is essential is to avoid danger. So this is the reason why we tend to notice all the negative things around us. So yeah, so if you set a positive intention, that's what you will attract. Okay. So what's the difference between intention and a goal? So goal is external. So you need both. So goal is this vision where you want to go, where you want to be in the future. And then intention is what's the quality of your energy, or what's the quality of your action in this moment. So what can you do in this moment that will take you closer to your goal? So let's say if your goal is to become the best employer by the end of 2021, and you have 2 staff members right now, and you have a meeting with them on Friday, and your intention is what comes in. Like you go to this meeting, you're like, okay, what does it require from me in this present moment so that I can become the best employer by the end of 2021? So you want to treat them well. You want to encourage them. You want to be present. So before you go to this meeting, set an intention, and you will get closer and closer to your goals. Yes. So now I want you to work a little bit. So what is your big goal right now? Like what is it that comes first into your mind? So that's normally the first one that comes to your mind. That is the biggest one. And I want you to write it down. And now, since it's Monday, I want you to think about something that you're going to do this week that will take you closer to your goal. It can be a report you have to write, it can be a meeting, it can be anything. And then I want you to think about what is your intention for this appointment that will help you to reach your goal. So I will give you 3 minutes. Just that you can do it in your mind or you can write it down, however you prefer. And we will put some music on. Just a few minutes. I give you time to ponder upon it. Okay. So how did you find it? Yeah? Got something? That's good. This is a practice that you can you can include into your weekly routines. Like for example, on Mondays, it's really good. It's like you're setting the intention for the week ahead. Okay, so let's go to the next topic. So, understanding yourself. This is a big topic. And who are you really? Like, what are your real gifts? And it's really like we thrive in a different way, yeah? Because if we were all the same, it would be a mess. Like, nothing would happen and we would just have a lot of competition. So we are different. And we thrive in a different way. For example, me, I really thrive when I get to energize big groups of people. Like, I love it. I love to energize people with my energy, with music, and with my words. So that's how I thrive. That's how I get energy. Whereas my friend Elisa, for example, she loves Excel. Like, she loves Excel. Like, when you put Excel in front of her, it's like she fires up. She's like, yes. She starts to do like new formulas and like all these kind of things. And for me, like, if you put Excel in front of me, like, I turn gray. Like, like, I need to figure out something fun with it. So this is how different we are. And it's really, really important to recognize that. So what is thriving? Thriving is actually when the action itself, it gives you energy. And yeah, as entrepreneurs, of course, we need to do many things. Like, we cannot only do the things that we love. So it's like kind of 360 skill set that we have to have. But it's really important to include more of those actions that energizes you than those ones that takes your energy. So my mentor, Anne Penttinen, she always says that it's not the work itself that is burning you out. It's actually how you do it. And this takes us to how our brain actually works, and also how important it is to know what senses are strong. Oh, what senses do you have like dominant? Okay. So, have you guys heard about left brain and the right brain? We use both sides of the brain. Of course, it's not like you only use left side or you only use the right side. But always we have the other side is more dominant. So, on the right side of your brain, there's like big visions and big pictures, and it's more like an abstract way of thinking. And when you use when the right side is more dominant, these people tend to be really like more into people and emotions, and they use their intuition, and it's the creative side of the brain. And then the left brain, it's this analytical, it's the Excel side of the brain, yeah? So these people, they love details, they live in the concrete world. So they really love to build things. And for example, you can recognize if you're in the meeting, there's like a really holistic person, and this person tends to always like throw ideas and like a lot of ideas coming, but she doesn't really, or he doesn't really talk about like how to actually like implement them, because they love to just vision and like throw ideas. And then the analytical person is always the one who is like, okay, how are we gonna actually, like, what's the strategy behind it and how we actually gonna build it? So this is the difference. Yeah, it's like we are biologically wired in our brain. So when you're born, you actually come here with certain qualities in your brain. So how much you're using the right brain naturally, and how much you're using the left brain naturally. Yeah, so yes, we're going to continue with this one, but then we're going to go to the senses. So this is also built in us. So we use different senses. So on the right brain, we have seeing and watching, like the sense, and then visualization. So it's like when you close your eyes and you do the dreaming in your head. Then tactile sense. So it's like these people who have this sense really strong, they always need to like touch something, or they're clicking the pen and so on, but that actually helps them to focus. And then kinesthetic people, if this is a strong sense in you, they learn the best when they do the things in action. They like the whole body stimulus in order for them to learn new things. And then intuition, it's like this inner guidance, that it's like when they go to a new situation and they listen to their gut feeling, that's when your intuition is really strong. Then on the left side, there is listening sense. So if this is strong for you, then all these lectures and audiobooks they are like good way for you to learn. Talking, discussing. This is more like this formal, like repeating what you already learned. So people who have this talking and discussing sense, when it's strong, they always need to repeat what they hear or what they learn. So that helps them to learn well. And then there are those people with the inner dialogue. So it's like you always have this this like inner dialogue going on, and this is actually how you process information and how you learn. So you talk it through in your head. And this is also important for the people who have this sense is strong, is that they check in the quality of their inner talk every now and then, because we tend to be so hard on ourselves. It's like it really easily we have this inner critic, and we can actually choose. So in every moment you can check in, and you are like, am I really supporting myself with my words, or am I encouraging myself with my words? And then reading also is a sense. So it's not like we have only one strong sense. So it's actually been proven that there's at least 2 dominant senses that we have. And it's important to know, because senses, when we use these strong senses, so let's say if your auditive sense is really strong and your visualization sense is really strong, when you use these senses, your brain creates energy. So it actually gives you energy. And when you use those senses that are not that strong, then it takes energy. But you can play with these things. So if, for example, if your reading sense is not that strong, but your, let's say, imagination and visualization is strong, then you can kind of combine these. So you read some chapter, and then you close your eyes, and you start to visualize what you just learned. And the other example could be, if your listening is not that strong, if that's a weak sense, but you wanna make it stronger, because we have this brain plasticity, so we can actually consciously change our brain or train our brain. So yeah, if your listening is not that strong and your kinesthetic is strong, then what you can do, you can start listening to audiobooks, for example, while you're walking or while you're cycling. So you get the energy from this kinesthetic impulse, and then while at the same time you also improve your listening skills. So it's actually been proven how these results improve when we actually play with them. So whatever you do, where you work or how you work, try to incorporate your strong senses in whatever you do. So use the visualization or imagination if that's what you love to do. Like if you're an entrepreneur, then visualize your dreams and visualize your goals. That will really give you energy and help you to move towards your goals. So yes. And some people have, like, all of the senses are really strong. That's sometimes really hard, because you kind of you sense everything that is happening around you. So this is really this is when you have to learn to live with it and do meditation or these things that really help you to not get too stimulated, let's say. Yeah. Okay. So this is yeah. So have you guys seen this this picture ever? So we are all different. Like, we all learn differently. We all work differently, and this is what happens so easily in our education systems. So what this actually means is that I like to use this IKEA plant example. So you go to IKEA and you have this you want to buy this plant. And there's instructions there, like this plant needs water and this plant needs a lot of sun. And what these systems do, because there's so many people that you have to teach in the same way, it's the same thing. If you're like, okay, well, this instruction says that this flower needs this, but I'm still gonna put it in the shadow and not give it any water. It suffers. It's against their nature. So this is why, now that we have all this information about our differences, we should slowly start creating our environments and surroundings so that they actually support our biological features. Because this is where we thrive. So when we're actually working with these biological gifts that we're given, we thrive. It's like we are energized every morning. So yeah, so this is what I really wish to see in the future: more diverse learning environments and working environments. Okay, so I got to my English. So there is this working learning style analysis that came to my life when Corona started, actually. So this is kind of a scientific continuation of everything that I learned in Asia. So what all those teachers were saying: know your nature and live according to that. And this analysis actually gives you information about your biological features. So how does your brain works? Like which side of your brain you're using biologically more. What senses are strong, which ones. And it also tells what are the conditioned and learned behaviors. And this is really important because these conditioned and learned behaviors, they come later. And when they don't match with our natural biological gifts, then there is this kind of a dissonance. So you're kind of all the time fighting against your own nature. So of course, we need to develop new skills, and it's really good to be able to work in both sides of the brain. But if it's too much difference, then it means that you're not living according to your nature, and this is where the burnouts come. This is why we have so many burnouts, because, for example, many holistic people, traditional school, for example, is not really supporting for the holistic qualities. So it's you need to sit still and you need to learn these little details, and some people might need a lot of movement in order for their brain to work. So they might go through school thinking that there's something wrong about them because they cannot focus, or if their reading sense is not really strong. And a school, for example, is a lot about reading, so they might go through it thinking that they cannot do anything. So they might start developing these learned patterns and that overdrive their biological gifts. So this learning style, working style analysis, it actually gives you a map how your brain really works, and if there's some kind of not matching with each other, so you can find them out. So yes. So now I actually want to make you work a little bit again. So these are really good questions for you to ask every now and then, if when you want to find your purpose or how you thrive. So what really lights you up? Like, what actions light you up? Like, what gives you energy throughout the day? Like, what do you really like? What do you love to do? And in what kind of environments and social settings you thrive? And what topic you love to talk about? So I give you a few minutes again just to ponder upon these questions. Okay, so how did you find it? Good. Okay, let's move into the next one. So, power of visualization. Have you guys ever done visualization? This method is actually being used with athletes a lot nowadays. So, what visualization means, it means that you're experiencing the wanted outcome in your brain. And this is interesting because our body cannot really tell the difference between the real experience versus the really like when you have your eyes closed and when you experience it in your mind. And in visualization, it's really important to incorporate all of those senses that are strong, that you have strong. We're going to do this visualization practice in the end of this presentation, so you get to actually experience it and explore it a little bit. So there is this famous research. This is like really simplistic research. There has been many research after this, but this kind of describes it really well. So the power of visualization. There was students like in a university. So these students were asked to throw 30 free throws with basketball. And after that, this professor divided them into 3 groups. And the goal was to do this experiment again after 30 days. So the group number 1 had no practice at all. And the group number 2 did only physical practice. So they were practicing 30 minutes every day, these free throws. And then the third one did only mental practice. So basically they did only visualization. So they were practicing how they were, and they were succeeding every time in their mind, only in the mind. And the results were really mind-blowing. So after 30 days, they did the same experiment. And group number 1, who did no practice at all, so of course they had no improvement. The group number 2, who did physical practice, they improved 24%. And the third one, who did only visualization, mental practice, they improved 23%. So it's almost the same. And imagine if you actually do the both, how much you can improve. So often we only do and practice like physically, we do that. And we forget to do this mental practice. So this will really help you to reach your goals really, really much faster. So, good. Okay, so now I want to guide you through a visualization practice. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna close our eyes soon, and we're gonna take that one goal that we already explored a little bit. So we're gonna take that in, and we're gonna see ourselves to reach that goal. Like, we're gonna really experience this feeling. How does it feel when you actually hit your goal? Like, what does it require? What does it require from you? And then after that, I'm gonna guide you to a nice, like a dreaming visualization, where you're gonna visualize your dream life in 5 years. So how do you want your life to look like? We're actually gonna go through some, like, just to go your home, like how do you want your environment to look like, and how do you want your working environment to look like, how do you want to feel? And yeah, I'm gonna guide you through it. So it's like this inner exploration that you're gonna experience. So just find yourself a comfortable place, so you actually feel really comfortable sitting, or if you want to lie down, or whatever, where you are. Not maybe in this auditory, you're not going to lie down. So yes, we can put some music, and you can close your eyes. So just start by relaxing your body, relax your forehead, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, your chest, and your belly. Let go of all the expectations. Just approach this practice with a curiosity. So now I want you to think about your one big goal that you want to reach. See yourself succeeding in this goal. How does it feel like? How do you hold your posture? What do you see around you? Just imagine colors. What is this environment? And just feel how good does it feel to reach your goal, to succeed. Just feel this good feeling. You feel so confident. What skills does it take from you? Where do you need to be good at? Just feel how your body is moving while you're doing this task you're doing. You you have reached your goal. Now I want you to travel to the future. 5 years from now. It's 5 years from now, exactly the same date. You wake up in the morning from your dream home. This is the home of your dreams. You wake up from your bed and you have all the people you love and care around you. How do you feel with them? How do you communicate with them? Feel this joy and laughter that you have with them. Feel how you're making your beautiful breakfast. And it just feels so good. How is this home? How is your home? How does it look like? How does it feel like? Now it's your time to leave to work. So you take your car or however you want to move and you head into your office or whatever it is where you're working. Maybe this is your dream business that you have created. Feel the community that is welcoming you in this workplace. Feel this open environment, atmosphere. And it just feels so good to be there, to co-create with all of those people that you have around you. It's your dream business, and you're actually doing even better than you thought. See yourself doing your daily tasks with joy. How do you move? How do you hold your posture? And now it's time to wrap up your day. You head out from your office. You feel like you did so much today. And now you are going to meet your friends or meet your family, whoever is with you. And you're gonna do something so fun, something you really enjoy doing. What would you do if you could do anything? If you could do anything with the people you love? Where would you go? What would you do? Feel this warm feeling in your heart. You're feeling full of life. You're feeling super healthy, vital. You're just having so much fun with them. Everything seems to flow with ease. Then you're heading back home. And it's time to finish the day. You're going back to your bed, happy about the perfect day you just had. This is your life in 5 years. Let this be a reminder that when you can visualize it, it's already growing within you. You can slowly open your eyes and come back to the present moment. Good. Okay, how was it? I hope you had a great journey. Good. So this is also really nice concrete practice that you can take with you. So whatever, it can be something small that you want to visualize, or then just visualize your whole dream life in the future. This will really make you feel good, and it will really help you to reach your goals. So this was it for today. I hope I managed to give you some concrete tools that will help you to find your inner potential. So I'm doing this working style and learning style analysis. So if you're actually interested in finding out your own brain map, you can contact me on my Instagram or LinkedIn or by email. You can see them there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed and have a good rest of the year.
Wow, thank you very much. That was really, really great and really inspiring. I, for one, was really relaxed when I was doing those visualization exercises and stuff like that. So thank you very much. So again, people can find you on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. So for those who are watching the video on YouTube, you can just see all those contacts there on the bottom right. So for everybody else, if you're not already following us, Metropolitan Entrepreneurship Society, could you please, when you have time, go to Instagram and find us at We Are Metes. That is WEAREMETES. And give us a like and follow. And we also have a link there where you can find all the different links to the different things that we're doing. So I'm really relaxed right now, so I'm just like, feeling so good.
That's good.
So our next session is actually going to be next week on the 30th of November, where we'll be speaking about minimal viable products. So if you have a product or anything that you're looking at developing, this is a really, really great session for you. So next time, on the 30th of November, we'll see you then. So thank you very much, and see you next time. Goodbye.